Hey there, Dave from Savvy Solopreneur. In this short video, I'm going to walk you through how to edit your card template and customize it to your brand. Let's get started. So when you first open up the template, this is what you're going to see. We're going to start from the top and we're going to work our way down. Then I'm going to talk about the background, and then we're going to go into mobile view. Okay. So first things first, you need to change your profile image. So in Card, if you just hover over, you'll see that image little box form, and you're going to click on it. And this is going to come up on the side. You're going to click on change, and you're going to upload your image, okay, your profile picture. Now, if you move over to the appearance tab, it looks like a little paintbrush, and you click on that. You can adjust the width. Don't adjust the height. Adjust the width. So I'm going to save this. So you can make it bigger or smaller, however you want to do it. Just like that. Now I have this set to circle. So I think this looks better than a rectangular profile image. People are used to seeing a profile as a circle. However, when you upload your image, it doesn't have to be a circle. It can be a rectangle, and when it's selected as the shape as circle, then it'll adjust to fit perfectly. Okay. Now with Card, you don't have to click done every time you're finished with an element. You can go right into the next element. So you place your cursor right over top and you click on it, and it'll open up the next item. So this is a text element. You're going to obviously want to change this to your name or to your business name. Now in the appearance tab, what you're going to do is you can change the color if you want. You can change the font. There's many fonts here. So you just have to scroll through. And then you can also change the size. So right now it's set to 2.5, but depending on the font that you use, some fonts show up bigger. So you might have to adjust this to make it smaller or to make it larger. You just have to play around with this to fit your what you want it to look like. I have this set to the weight as bold, but you can change that. The line spacing is the spacing between this text element and this text element. So you can increase that or decrease that if you want this to be closer. The letter spacing is the space between the letters. So right now it's set to 0, but we can space it out. It will go to the second line if you go too wide. So I'm just going to bring this back to 0. All right. And the rest of these elements don't mess with because they're set specifically so they look good on desktop, tablet, and mobile. So if you start playing around with some of these margins and things like that, it could make it look kind of messed up on the different devices. All right. So once you're finished with this one, we're going to go to the next text element, which you can put your bio here. You can put, if it's a business name, this is maybe your slogan. And I have this set to a slightly different, like a lighter shade of white. Here's the color right here. You can just change this. If you click in here, you'll have the option to change it to any color, or you can just put a hex code in here. Change the font. Everything is exactly the same as the title. And in the paragraph section, this is where you're going to type your bio or your slogan or whatever you want to have here. Okay. So the next section is the icons. Now, if you don't want this here, you could always click on it, and right next to the done button is the trash can. You can just click that and delete it. You can also go in here and change any of these icons to fit which social media profiles you want to put on here. I just have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you don't want any of these, you just click the little trash can. When you go, let's say we want to keep all 4 of these exactly the same. We're going to have to change where this directs to. So we're going to click, let's say, the Twitter one. And what you're going to do is, if you want to change this, you just do the drop down. You can type, and it'll bring up the platform that you're looking for. In the URL, this is where you're going to put your profile link. So if it's for Twitter, you're going to put your Twitter profile link. But here's what I want you to do. you're going to, I'm going to type this in, and let's just say example is my profile. At the end of the URL, and this is for all links off of this page, you want to put the @ symbol and then the word blank, BLANK. The reason why you want to do that is when they click on this icon, you don't want it to go directly to Twitter and they leave this page behind. You want to have this open up a new tab in their browser, because the whole idea is to get them off of social media onto your landing page here, not to send them back to social media. It's fine to have this here, but just have it open up another tab. And that's what @blank does. Okay, it just opens up a new tab. So whatever your Twitter profile link is, you paste that in here, and then at the very end, no slashes or anything, just the @ symbol and blank. Okay, and you're going to do that for each of the social media platforms. Okay. Then we're going to go over to the appearance tab, that little paintbrush. And this is where you can change the color of the icon. You can change when it hovers. If you notice, it's kind of like a little bit of a grayish color. And when I hover, it turns white. But you can change this to any color you want. You can even do it to the actual brand color, like Facebook's blue. Twitter has a different color blue. Instagram obviously has a different color, LinkedIn. So you can go in here and change that. You can also change the size, but when you change the size, it's going to change all of them at once. So you can't just individually change one. All right. I'll put that back. And the spacing is the spacing between these. So we can increase the spacing if you want to make it really wide, or decrease it. You just have to play around here. You're not going to break anything, right? Okay, so now that we've done this adjustments to this background is just an image. Now, if you click on this, this is the container where all these elements are being held. If you go to the paintbrush, the appearance tab, and you scroll down, you're going to see background as one of the subsections. And this is set to image. You could change this image to something else, or you could set it to a gradient, to a flat color. It all depends on what you want to do here. But this is totally changeable. I just took a template from Card and I altered it to fit for people on social media that are looking for an alternative to Linktree. So I just kept this exactly the same, but you can easily change this. Okay, don't change these settings though. Just leave it exactly the way it is. You can just change the image or change it to a color or a gradient. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move down. Now this section here, these are containers, and this is easy to change. So for people who are trying to promote courses that they're selling, or maybe affiliate products that they're trying to push people towards, you're going to be able to alter any of these, and I'm going to show you what to do here. So if you hover over top of any of these elements, let's go with the title here. This is, let's say, the name of a course that you're trying to sell. We're going to click on that, and you're going to notice something right here. This is going to look really strange, but I'll walk you through it. You remember the @blank. We want to make sure that when they click on this, it opens up a new tab. So to do that, there's something a little tricky you have to do here. There's going to be brackets on either side of the name of this link. Okay? So you're just going to highlight the name and change it. Then inside here, you're going to put the link that you want it to go to, but you're going to keep the @blank. Just right now I have google.com, but you're going to obviously change this. Okay? This is a link, and also this icon is a link. All right? So the icon is going to be the exact same thing, and I've already had this set up for you. So all you have to do is highlight what you want to change and change it. Don't change the brackets. Don't change any of this other stuff. Just change the link in here and the name. Okay? You can obviously change the color. It works just the same as what we did up at the title up top here. Change the font, change the size, uh, the weight, and everything. All right. Here, I just have a simple description. So you can just go in here. There's no fancy code or anything in here. You can just type out if you want to put a small description. If you don't want this, then you just click the trash can icon and get rid of it. All right. Now, if we click on the icon, let's go to the icon. I just created this as a link, but you can change this to any type of icon. There's so many to change here. So when you click in here, you're going to be able to have a different type if you want. As you notice here, this is like a Gumroad logo. If you're selling affiliate products, I mean, you can have those here too as well, or just the link or anything. But here's the important point. You want to, this section here is the link to the actual, the URL to whatever course you're selling or wherever you want to send them. And you'll notice I just put yourcourse.com and then at blank. So I'm going to leave that in here. All you have to do is highlight the actual URL and just paste in the one that you want. Super simple. You can change the background color. If you go to the appearance tab, you'll see that this is set to solid. You can set it to outline. The thing that is, these are all linked. So if you change one, it's going to change all of them, the style anyway. You can change the icon color, the background color. You can keep it as a circle. There's all different shapes that you can choose. I like the circle. I think it looks clean. And then the sizing. Okay. So you're going to go in here for each one of these, and you're going to change the link here and the name. And then you're going to change the link in the icon right here. Okay. Should be easy. Now with this one, this is schedule a call. If you are offering like a consultation call or something like that, I actually put a little calendly.com. You can put your Calendly link in here, but just remember to put at blank after it. All right. Same thing with the affiliate products. Same thing with your website. You can change the colors. You can change the icon. You can change everything. Now, what happens if you want to, let's say we want to have another link. So we have several here, but we want an extra one. This is what you're going to do. You're going to hover over top of the entire container. You'll see a little thing that says container there. You're going to click on it, and you're going to go down to the bottom where it says make a copy of this element. And you're going to copy this element, just like that. Now, the way this is designed is between each of these containers is a divider. So you're going to have to divide, you're going to have to click on the divider, and you're going to have to duplicate that as well. And then you're going to grab it and you're going to slide it down. Watch for the green line right there, and you're going to drop it. See? So now you've added an extra section. So you have to do that, or it's not going to look right. You're going to have two of these containers too close together. The divider is set with a specific size. You can change the color and all that, but it has specific margins on it to give it some space in between these two elements. So you want to make sure that you keep this divider, the margins, don't mess with the margins. You can change the color or anything else, but that will allow you to have space in between, so it's easy to manipulate. Now at the very bottom is an email link. You don't have to have this. You can actually delete this entire container by just clicking the trash can, or you could change this to another button. So if you wanted to keep this at email, you're going to click on it and you're going to go over to email and click that little email thing, and it'll show you the label. You can put whatever you want here. That's this here that says email. That's this. Then you can change the icon. Makes sense if you're doing email to have like a little email icon. And then right here, you're going to put your email address right after the colon. So it's mail to, all one word, colon, and then you just paste your email address in here. Okay. Don't change the mail to. If you just have your email address, it's not going to work. And that's it. So pretty simple with this one. All right. Now we've gone through all of this from top to bottom. Now let's look at the background. The background is only going to show on tablet and desktop. It's not going to show on mobile. So to get into the background, all you have to do, you can go over here to the hamburger icon and click it and then come down to background. Or you could just click on the background and it'll open that up. You'll see this on the side, it'll say background. Now there's a lot of options here for background. What I did was I altered the template that Card gave you. It had a gradient on it. I changed the gradient. You can do an image. So if you want to do an image, you can upload an image or you can pick from the library. And these are all stock photos from Unsplash. So if we click, let's just say this one here. Now this actually has an overlay, a pattern overlay of hexagons. You don't have to have that. You can shut that off. So it's just plain. And it does have a cover overlay. You can take that away. You can really alter this. You're not going to break anything. You can just play around in here. I'm going to put this back to the way it was. And I'm going to go back to gradient. So with the gradient, usually there's two colors. So you're going to, in stop number 1, you're going to paste your hex code. In stop number 2, paste the hex code. The first one's set to 0%. The second one is set to 100%. And that'll give you a nice gradient from left to right. All right. But you can change, like I said, you can go in here and you can change anything. This here, linear, you can change this to radial. So it's almost like a circle, or conic, which has a different style. I'm going to leave it at linear and then click done. So now let's go into mobile. Now this is set so that it will get rid of the background. All you're going to see is this main section here. So you just click on the little icon for mobile view, and now it's going to bring you to the mobile view. And you're going to scroll down. You're going to make sure everything is sized right, that everything looks good. Let's say that this was on 2 lines. Let's say you had made it bigger in the desktop view. All you have to do is click in here, and I'm going to show you how to alter it in mobile view. You're going to go to the Appearance tab, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you're going to see this section called Mobile. It's set to auto, but you can set it to manual, and then you can actually adjust this. So let's say I want this to be a little bit smaller. I can bring it here, or let's say I want to make it bigger on mobile for some reason. I can just tweak it right here, and that is only going to change on the mobile view. It's not going to alter what you did on the desktop view. Okay, line spacing, you can do the same thing. You can make the spacing bigger or smaller just on mobile. You can really alter this any way you want. You may need to do that if you change the font and you change the size in desktop. It could wrap around to a second line, and you want to change that. So just keep that in mind. I always like to do everything in desktop view, and then I switch to mobile and I alter things based on what it looks like on the mobile view. I can tweak things around. All right. So you're just going to go through and you can change any of these. You can make this text bigger here. You could do anything you want. Just like you did in desktop, it's the exact same thing. I'm not going to walk you through all that, but this is where you find it in the Appearance tab, and you go down to the bottom. It'll probably be on auto. Switch it to manual, and then you can go in and start adjusting each of these elements. All right. Okay, so let's go back to desktop. Now, when you're ready, you're going to click the little save button. Anytime you have unsaved changes, you're going to see a little green dot up here. So we're going to click this, and there's a couple things you have to do here. First of all, you have to change the title. You don't want it to say Linktree Alternative. So change it to your name or your business name. You also want to change the description. Both of these are required. I just have Savvy Solopreneur. Obviously, you're going to change that to something else. Before we actually publish it, you're going to go to this next tab. This is the Media tab. Now, this is important. Right now, I have a shared image. It's basically a mock-up of this site. You don't want this, because when you share this link to this page on social media, it's going to show this shared image directly underneath the link. So you don't want to have my picture. You want to have, anything that you want to promote your brand. So what you'll do is, at the very least, you can just clear it and get rid of it. But you can click change and upload your own image that kind of tells a little bit about what this page is about. You can build that in Canva pretty quickly. Now down here at the bottom, uh, the other option is to upload a favicon. So that's like that little logo that's on the tab in a browser. You don't have to do that if you don't want, but if you don't do it, then the card logo is going to show up. So, it's up to you what you want to do. I didn't put anything for that one. So when you're ready to save, you're going to scroll down and you're going to save this one of two ways, either as a card.co URL, which is free, or you could publish it to a custom domain. Now, if you do it to a custom domain, you're going to they're going to show you how to connect your domain to Card so that Card hosts the website, but anybody who goes to the site will go to your custom domain. They have documentation, but they really walk you through this. It's very, very easy to do. So I'm going to just save this as a template. So I click Save Changes. And once it's saved, a little box will pop up. And this will say View Site on yours. Because this is a template, it'll say View Demo for me. And you can click on it. It'll open up in a new tab so you can check it out to make sure everything looks right. And that's about it. So if you have any questions or you're having any trouble, Card has a lot of great documentation. You can just go in to your profile and you'll look for the help button and you'll be able to see if you have any questions. But this is pretty simple. It's straightforward. You're just altering some text and altering some of the links. I've set it up so that everything is kind of already in place. You just have to copy and paste and change colors and text and everything. And if you want to change the background, do it so that it looks good for you. You can, like I said, you could change this background as well. So I hope this was helpful and enjoy your card template. Thanks.